Good evening, people of the night. Thanks for tuning in. We're back here on another Anime Tuesday. Everyone loves anime, and that's why we're here for Anime Tuesdays. You're listening to the world's greatest DJ, Lawn Dart Champion, Amateur Blacksmith, chink, and your best friend, Julian Orbit. Sit back, relax, have a drink, and hang out with us. Tonight's review segment is Blood, the Last Vampire from the year 2000. That was the future, people. Directed by Hiroyuki Kitakubo. I got it. Age 56, known for Robot Carnival. I don't know if you guys have seen that. This is always one of my favorites. It's more of an ensemble piece. So I don't think we'll be reviewing that here, but check it out. Also known for Rojin Z and Golden Boy. All excellent works. Excellent works of art. Crazy enough, this one film we watched, it spawned a lot of other work. 3 light novels, manga, a PS2 game, a PSP game, 2 television shows, and 1 live action remake. Wow. Like, they weren't kidding around when they put this out. And joining us tonight, my friend, your friend, Stairmaster, auteur of the piano, music producer, motorcycle hooligan, Roy Lewis. Come on in, buddy. Whew. There he is. It's like a magic act. He arrived in a plume of smoke.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Much like this movie did for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was really impressed.
Let's hear about it. Let's talk. Let's give it a minute here. So, this isn't what you were expecting, was it?
No, I was expecting like Vampire Hunter D quality, 13 frame a second. Not to
It's a classic. It's a classic.
not to poop on Vampire Hunter D or anything, but
Hey, part 2 is not too bad. Just saying.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
I understand we have a new subscriber.
Yes, we do. So, you want to
Just
get right
one,
into
right?
that? I haven't checked. Oh my god.
Well, I got an 8-pack, so
Just in case. So, I'm going to bring this up. Boom. So, thank you for your subscription. This one is for you, Gomer177809. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the channel. As promised, as always, everyone that subscribes, we will chug 1 drink each time just for you. So, thank you, Gomer. We appreciate it. This one's for you, buddy.
Peebs.
This is going to suck. You did this. Don't puke, don't puke, don't puke. All right. Oh my god, that's so brutal. Thanks, Gomer. Oh, a little bit left. Hang on.
That's hitting me
Thanks for your
fast.
subscription, buddy. We appreciate it. And everyone who's watching, if you want to see us do that again, subscribe. And we'll call out your name. Welcome to the family, Gomer. Woo! Now we're going. Turn up the juice. Throw some oil on the fire. Now we're talking. Whew. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get into this. Let's get into it, brother. So, the telephone scene. God, this is hard to do. I'm trying not to. So,
Do we
the
need
first
some
thing
intermission music?
Whew. Technical difficulties. The first thing, before I even start babbling here, this is the first DVD I ever owned.
Cool.
Yeah.
2000.
I had just purchased a HP laptop. It was one of the first ones that actually came with a DVD player. and they were selling this movie in the store. So why not get both? Well, you're and trust me, back then a laptop was like $4,000. So the specs on it would be less than a calculator nowadays, but I was so
386.
happy. Well, not that bad. It was a, I think like 500 gigahertz with 16
2 megs
megabytes
of RAM.
RAM. Yeah, and a DVD player, and you'd watch movies on it, and they would skip because you'd run out of RAM. That's just brutal.
And like
But
the biggest logo on the box was like DVD.
oh yeah, oh man, yeah, like business laptop with a DVD player. Now
Rewritable.
you can watch. No, God no.
No.
That wasn't no. That came out much later on. No, but the idea was that you get this business laptop, has extra batteries and everything, and you can watch movies while you're on a flight. And for me, I'm like, oh, I have to have this. But
Murasaka Doji, I can watch it
going back to,
on the plane.
no one's watching that on the plane. That's how you get kicked off a plane.
No, that's how
Anyhow,
you. Wait, we're not
sure.
12 minutes in.
No. Anyhow, this is the first scene that I actually remembered because I haven't watched this pretty much since like 2000, 2001. But I remember going, wow, that telephone actually looks real. So
So realistic.
like, whoa,
It's like
bro.
when I first played Half-Life 1. I was like, whoa, these graphics are so realistic, man.
Mm. I can say for one thing, I used to play some PlayStation 1 games on that laptop, and it did really good. Like, I can't remember there's some one where you're a vampire, so kind of fits in. Can't remember the name of it though. The guy's like a undead vampire. Fun game.
I bought
Moving
a
on.
PlayStation for Gran Turismo,
Mm-hmm.
and I only ever played Gran Turismo.
I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I didn't want one. I had an N64 for a little bit, and I didn't really care for it. There's nothing really. Just meh. I didn't care. All the good games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, I had it on my laptop.
Yeah,
PlayStation. And it's like, why would I want to? Like, I got a PlayStation 2, which I still have. I love. There's a lot of really good games, but that era there, like PlayStation and N64, I like Dreamcast. Like, I mean, everyone loves Dreamcast. You don't have to buy the
GoldenEye,
games.
baby.
GoldenEye, yeah, it's okay. I've done 4-player GoldenEye. Me and the roommates, right,
Oh
Sean?
yeah, split screen.
Oh yeah, me, Sean, Jeff, and Val. Oh yeah, buddy. Broke. Stay at home. Play some GoldenEye with the boys.
Oh shit, GoldenEye.
Good times.
Good
Good
times.
times all around. Everyone loves GoldenEye.
Who doesn't love GoldenEye? The little zappy watch that you like had to
Get the golden gun.
cut the
Sounds fun.
floor on the train to get out.
Hmm.
It's like literally unplayable now. Like if you try and play it now, you're like, what? What's going on? I
I
can't see
believe.
anything.
I think there's like a.
A remake?
Yeah, like people are working on it to do like a
Probably.
high res. Of course there
Like in the
is.
Unreal Engine or something like that.
Hmm.
I'd fuck with that.
So Tronics couldn't make it tonight. I'm just heading off Space Cat because we know you're gonna say it in the damn comments tomorrow. He's not gonna be here tonight. He didn't have time to watch a movie. And
Indeed.
yeah, welcome people of the night. Welcome to the show.
This
Try
movie
not.
is about vampires.
It is.
Vampires are also of the night.
Well, they are of the night, aren't they? And let's go. Let's go. We got this. We got this. So this guy, he gets the call. It's like what? He's getting the call. You know what I mean?
And I
And
was just like blown away by the art right away. I was like, holy crap. The
right?
backgrounds, like the everything, how the characters were drawn. It just,
The style is
oh
amazing.
man.
I gotta
Oh,
admit.
I'd have to say out of all the animes that I've watched,
Right.
which is all the animes we've reviewed,
Exactly.
the
This
art
one
in this
is.
is my favorite.
This is his anime education, everybody. We're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get him into some of this stuff. It's fun. And you as well. And if you love anime or you're learning to love anime, hit subscribe. We'll chug one for you as well. That's
Yeah.
what happens on Anime Tuesdays. I'll talk like I'm in my 20s. Clap everything up.
You know what I really liked about the art in this is like
What's up, brother?
they didn't have like the giant dish eyes like
Mm-hmm.
typical anime, and they didn't like have those moments where they're like ah, and their like eyes get all big and their mouths get
There's like a
huge and it
there's like
like
a
turn all
teardrop.
yeah, like
Like the weird teardrop off to the side. What does that mean? That's actually like
uh,
classic manga stuff. But if you didn't grow up reading that or watching
no.
those shows, you're like, what is this? It makes no sense.
This is
I,
definitely an anime for non-anime fans.
right.
Like actually, my one roommate, he's not into anime that like at all,
Right.
and we were downstairs here trading, and I was like, "Well, it's time to watch the movie," and he's like, "What movie?" And I was like, "Just anime." So he's like standing there, and he's on his way out, and he starts watching,
It's like some
sits
garbage.
down, like sits through the whole movie. It's like,
Yeah, this one will do that to you. I
yeah,
remember my one ex-girlfriend. I don't remember her name anymore. But once again, this is the first DV. Like we all like huddled around my laptop and watched this together, and no one was planning to. Like I put it on, like check this out, guys, and all of a sudden there's like four people huddled around a 14-inch laptop screen. We're all watching it intensely, right? It's like
hmm
whoa,
yeah,
like
intense.
it. This is intense. It's
Hmm.
well written, well directed. The artwork, top notch. The dubbing. Well, here's the thing. It's
It's
not just
great.
in English. It's in English and Japanese. You're getting both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn those subtitles on. That's a warning, guys. Otherwise, you're going to be missing a lot of context. So we come across our. Is she the protagonist? Like it's she's Saya, but is this her story or is this the story of that other character? He's kind of. Mm, it. That's just a talking point to have because we don't get to learn a lot about her,
No,
which
she's that mysterious person.
which I like. I actually do
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
I
she's
got some
very mysterious.
underworld vibes from this right away.
What year did Underworld come out? I know you asked me that earlier.
Yeah, I did. I
it's
asked
it.
somebody else as well, and they didn't know either.
Oh, oh, looks like Mr. Lewis has left the stream for a moment by accident. These things happen when you're live streaming, guys. There he is.
Sorry, I meant to hit Control T for a new tab, and
Hmm.
I hit Control R for refresh. So
You're back. It's
I'm
okay.
back. Underworld 2003. So they did rip this off.
Of course they did.
I felt like the train, the subway scene.
Felt
You
familiar,
know,
didn't it?
it felt familiar.
Like I've seen this somewhere.
Hmm.
Also, have you seen the Midnight Meat Train?
Of course not.
Oh, that's a horror film, which one of my favorites, by the way. Really good film. Has what's that guy's name? He's in The Hangover, the pretty boy guy. This is what like. I can normally come up
Oh,
with names, but you chug that drink and I'm
the
like,
guy from that
stream was ruined.
where he takes the like nootropics drug, and
Mm-hmm.
he like
That guy,
becomes
Bradley
this like
Cooper.
Wall Street mogul.
Bradley Cooper. He's the main guy in that one. It's a horror movie. It's highly recommended, but there's a little bit of this in there too,
That
as we're
movie
finding
exposed
out.
me to the Black Keys.
Really,
Hmm.
you a fan?
Black Keys?
Gold on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Trying to sing it totally off key. Oh yeah, that's like a Molson Canadian commercial in a band. Like,
Yeah, I try not to associate things I like with
beer
corporate imagery.
commercials.
Yeah.
But I guarantee there's a Molson Canadian commercial with that song. I know there is. There has to be. That's like in the '90s, the Tragically Hip. They're in like every Molson Canadian commercial. So just like, what? Let's get back to the movie. Start
We don't
talking.
have to.
Yes, we do. So we see Saya on the train. And this is originally going to be my screenshot, by the way, for the thumbnail.
Hmm.
But that's the one that's on the DVD cover. You know, they just cut her out. So, moving along. We see this guy. He's like, what the hell is she? He's basically running away from her. Trying to keep the gore down. And the train gets to the station. This is very Midnight Meat Train, by the way, but that's obviously they took that from this. Like everything we watch seems to be stealing.
Do you pick that on purpose? You're like, hey, let's pick this movie that Hollywood ripped off.
Of course. That's an education in anime. Let's move on. So the boys get off the train. We see Saya there, and she's brooding as always.
Hmm.
And this guy, he's like, "Wait a second.
That's not a
Uh,
vampire. That's just a
what,
regular guy.
what do they call them? Chiroptera, which literally means bat hand. Chiroptera. You know, they're hunting down bat mutants. I don't know.
Vampires.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
Yeah.
And there we see David. There's only 3 characters in this movie, by the way. Like it's
James Caan.
the James Caan. Oh man, yeah, good one. And this guy, he says the J word, and as we know, that means Jesus. And vampires don't like religion very much, so she grabs him by the face. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Underworld.
Kate
Get this shit
Beckinsale.
off.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale, if you're watching,
What are you doing? What are you doing with Pete Davidson?
yeah, she's with Pete Davidson.
It's like, I wrote you a song, Kate Beckinsale. And if you guys don't believe me, go to www.soundcloud.com/JulianOrbit.
I
I
wrote her a
did.
song too.
No, it's actually up there. I made her a song. I'm not kidding. I binge watched all the Underworld movies while I was coming down off of stuff, and then wrote a song because that certain stuff makes it very musical.
I wrote a
Really?
song called Underworld as well.
You did?
Yes.
Wow.
I will share it with you later.
Sweet.
Maybe I'll put it up on my Spotify.
Nice. It belongs there. So if you
Hmm.
guys want to hear his song, he'll probably have it on his YouTube channel later on this week.
Hmm.
Check it out and
On my
subscribe.
channel,
His channel. That's
not
right.
the YouTube music channel.
Yeah, not that thing where it gets buried and no one ever finds it. Ugh. Or find it on Spotify, because we all use Spotify.
Yes.
So we come across this person who's committed self-deletion, and
Oh, it's written down there.
just don't say the word. Don't say the word. Don't say that word. That's a no-no word. But we come across these prostitutes who are talking about how they need lots of people are
Wait,
self-deleting, and they need to make money off
they're
the
all
American.
prostitutes?
Yes, they are all of them, including the little guy there.
The California raisin there?
Is that what he's drawing? Yeah, he's
It's kind of got the California raisin thing going on.
yeah.
What songs do they do?
Heard it through the grapevine.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
yeah, yeah. I remember. Remember the joke that Babe Ruth kicked the nuts out of O. Henry, or whatever, and
No,
then they like.
this sounds awful. Don't get my channel shut down, please. But
Oh, Oh, how deep down the rabbit hole are we gonna go tonight, boys?
Not that I only got a couple more drinks. Anyhow, I took this picture because it's significant later on, right? And we
Right, they're
see
whores.
we see Saya
Whores.
looking into a pawn shop, and she eyes up those swords there. Because her sword is getting dull,
Yeah,
and apparently she can only use real Japanese steel for some reason. We'll find out why.
and
Right here,
she needs fresh Botox injections.
right, of course. I like her as a character. So here she meets the school nurse who's doting and looks like she eats too many donuts. Moving along,
Do you think
she's
she's actually like, if she fixed herself up, she'd be kind of hot?
maybe.
Maybe got rid of the Colonel Sanders
Well,
outfit.
okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. There, she's just sad about something. I don't know. This one here. Oh, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name?
Thrall. She's the vamp. Oops. Spoilers.
No, no, no. What was her name? Like Judy or Judy?
Vivian. It was
It's
Vivian.
not Vivian. Stop it. What's her name? I'm trying to.
Beatrice.
No, hang. Sharon. Sharon.
Sharon.
Sharon. Yeah, we hear a lot of that. Sharon. Sharon. So that's Sharon. She calls Saya a weirdo. Here's the thing. Does Sharon know? Like, does she know? Did you get that vibe? Like they knew all along, and like
I was so in suspense that I wasn't picking up on things. This
Mhm.
movie the suspense just grew and grew and grew.
Yeah, it's
It
really
was
well done.
amazing. They built it so well. Like I'm surprised that you could easily use this as a storyboard to make like a big production like AAA Hollywood movie. I was yeah, like and like at that point, cuz it's just building. At this point, it's like permeating inside your brain. You're like something's going to go down, It's
Yeah,
like the
you got that.
calm before the storm and
A lot of tension building for sure.
for sure.
So this is Sharon's friend. I can't remember her name, but she has some sort of anemia. Of course, of course, right? Vampires with anemia. That makes sense to me.
Looks
And
like Britney Spears.
if you look at if you look at the date there, though, what does that say?
1986 or 66?
66.
66.
So this is taking place
Back in
uh,
the day.
Japan's basically still occupied at that point. They're not allowed to have their own army and stuff.
Huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, crazy, right? I just thought that looked good. Moving along.
Yeah,
uh,
art in
the
this is
art in
just
this,
so beautiful.
like even a simple scene like this with a
I
fight and
would
stuff.
put that on my wall.
This is a T-shirt for me. Like
Mhm.
no one needs to know what it is. I just like it. It's
Mhm.
great.
Beautiful.
Let me see the kids. It's Halloween. It's, you know.
We've got a knight, a couple of witches.
hmm
Wait, go back to the costumes.
Sure, sure. Go on.
All right, so we got ghost, pirate. You
Knight.
think that kid's a ninja turtle? Or is
Probably just a ninja.
she's a bat witch? She's got a bat on her chest.
Uh-oh.
And that other kid's dressed up as a toad.
You got the ghost with the pumpkin. It's cute.
Mm.
That's what you should see at Halloween. Kids having fun. Except nowadays they're not allowed to wear costumes or trick or treat or say Halloween. So,
You don't.
oh,
I don't see that anymore. Trick or treating is like dead.
I know.
When I was a kid, the whole neighborhood would be out trick or treating. If you were
hmm
under 12 and you weren't trick or treating, you were a reject.
Loser.
Yeah,
You suck.
like the whole block was just packed.
Everyone
Now,
knew that.
like I think last Halloween, I think the doorbell must have rang at my house like 7 times.
Oh, really?
7 times.
That's better than me, man.
I was
Mine went off
surprised. I
twice.
was, yeah.
I only had twice. I went out there. I had full size chocolate bars, man, and I was just I. There's like four kids. I'm like, here you go, just huge handful. Threw them on the in the grass, and these kids are just running for them, fighting over there. I'm like, don't fight, have more.
Yeah, some older kids came extra late, like not extra late, like 9 or something like that, and I was like,
Hmm.
okay. And I just dumped the bowl in their bags, and I'm like, yeah, here you go.
Oh, you want to hear a really? We're going off track, but sort of. Want to hear a really sappy Halloween story?
Mm-hmm.
You sure? It's
Yeah, I love
little
Halloween
embarrassing for
stories.
myself. Little embarrassing for myself a bit. But when I was I think I was like 15. I had this girl who we saw at the stairs yesterday. Believe it or not, with this girlfriend, and you know she didn't want to go to any parties and stuff. She had had some health problems with her asthma and stuff, and just wanted to stay in. And her mom invited me and for the three of us to go out for dinner on Halloween. It was nice, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I actually showed up at their doorstep wearing a ghost costume. You know, the cheap sheet with the holes cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Rang the doorbell, and they both answered the door. They look worn out because this is the 90s. This is when that doorbell's going off every.
Yeah, it was a night.
Yeah, you like
If you were on door duty, yes,
sucked.
somebody owed you.
So they answer the door, and I'm like, trick or treat. Like, try to change my voice as much as possible, right? And they both turn around, and I pulled off the sheet, and I was holding like half a dozen roses, one for both of
Aw,
them.
aw.
So, guys, if you want to impress the
One for
mom,
both of them, half a dozen. Wait,
well,
were
I
there
mean,
6 women there?
no, I had 12
Wait,
dozen, 12 dozen
hold
roses,
on,
but cut in
hold on.
half.
I'm Julia Roberts right now with the math going above her head because one for both. You
No,
had 6.
I had 12 dozen roses, but wrapped in two bundles, one for both of them. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, drinking.
Aw, you're such
Yeah,
a nice guy.
I wanted to impress the mom a little bit. Yeah.
Did you want to impress her? Why did you want to impress the mom?
So I can stay the night and bang her daughter. Like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
27. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah. we're
15,
well
man. Give me
into
a
it.
break. I thought it was a nice gesture. You need to cut that down. But ladies, if you like nice gestures, hit subscribe. I can tell you about all kinds of nonsense. And guys, if you would need this type of nonsense advice, I have lots of it. Smooth. Moving along into the film again. So we see Sharon and her anemic friend talking to the teacher, like, oh, she's feeling sick. We got to go to the nurse's office. And they're like, yeah, we're conspiring. And I just thought that looked weird. I like pumpkins. I don't know. It's a thing.
Just
Um,
the shots in this are just so amazing,
like
and like the
I know
pacing, it's just
it moves along. It did
this
need to be.
film is art.
This is art. I agree. I can't believe it's the first DVD I ever owned. So we see her friend in the nurse's station. There, she's feeling sick, and like this was almost impossible to capture. By the way, because
Does
she
she does she ever
slammed.
not like have a scowl on her face?
Dude, she's a vampire. She's pure evil. We're not.
Spoilers.
What they say she's the last of her kind right at the beginning of the show.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she's basically the last of the pure vampires. Like she's the last of the original vampires. So I'm assuming. Well, we don't get to explain
The
it. Like,
ones that don't turn into troglodytes and
yeah, there. Maybe she's related to Dracula. Who
oh
knows?
yeah, maybe
We don't
she's
find out.
related to Vampire Hunter D.
Maybe, maybe she shouldn't be slamming doors around like that. But this is a really hard scene to get, man. Like, That door comes flying right open. I had to dig through it to get this shot. It's like boom, and it
Scally face.
cuts to this brass band at the dance.
What's that symbol on the saxophone?
That's a great question. It says Thomas something. That's an Easter egg that you just found, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. If you guys
Uh,
know, leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks.
uh,
So yeah, they were like rising out of bed. They're in some sort of like weird seance thing.
yeah. Oh, she's like from what I understand of the folklore of vampires. Like, I
Right.
think the other chick was her thrall.
Thrall. Okay.
Um,
No, no. Do
like
do
it's like a
go
vampire slave.
do go on. Really.
And yeah,
I've read a few books, but
well, cause like basically like a vampire has a thrall, and that's just like a person with like kind of vampire qualities. Like
okay.
they're like this half vampire thing, but their blood is still drinkable. So it's like
Oh,
it's like having like a travel mug of blood
travel mug. Oh, okay.
following you
Yeah,
around.
I've seen that movie.
Because
Blade
you know
2,
her
right?
lips were moving. She's like baby 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 baby, and the other chick's like
Right.
baby 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 baby. She's
Right.
making her talk right because like, and that's the thing I got from it was oh
Oh my
she's the vampire
God.
thrall like the slave,
Right. And
and
she
that's
can't
why
really
she kind of
feed.
didn't look like a full
Maybe
when
that's why
she
she's anemic.
transformed.
Dude, that's why she's anemic. You just explained it.
Yeah,
Wow. I'm impressed. I didn't connect any of that together. Of course she's anemic. The other one's like drinking her. Crazy.
I learned that from playing Vampire the Masquerade, the video game.
I don't know what that is. Is it good? Is it D&D or something?
That was actually the first game on the what's the Steam's Source engine.
Okay.
That was that actually that game came out on the Source engine before Half Life 2 did. That
Wow.
was the first game to come out on the Source engine.
Crazy.
Yeah. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Good game. You can get it on Steam pretty cheap
Check it out, guys. Maybe I will as
if you're a
well.
gamer. Got a good story. Ah, excellent story actually.
Really?
And
Is
it's
it?
really like early 2000s like vampire hipster
Hmm.
goth like you know.
Sounds fun.
And you ever see that meme with the goths dancing under the bridge?
Cybergoth, yes.
Yes, they actually that dance is in this game, and I'm pretty sure that it was in the game before. Well, maybe I don't know. I have to
There,
look
there's
into the
a
cybergoth meme to
There
see what.
is I don't want to cut you off, my friend. There's actually a documentary here on YouTube that talks about how the Cybergoth bridge party happened. So,
Really,
yeah, I watched it, but I was so hammered I don't remember any of it. That's
sounds about as interesting as the Waterworld documentary.
right. We'll talk about Waterworld after. Okay, let's get back to Saya. She comes storming in, pulls out that sword, slices her right in half, just gives her one. And from what I understand, is that she has to inflict a wound that will make them lose a lot of blood, otherwise they heal instantly.
Yeah,
So gives her the old 1-2 there. You see it spraying on the wall, and she's got that scowl. The nurse is just the reaction of the nurse in this is yeah, wow. I think it's really well done, to tell you the truth. Like, I don't like the character, but that's whatever. But at the same
yeah.
time, I feel bad for her. I do like her, and I feel sorry for
I
her.
had no sympathy for her whatsoever. Not once during. I'm like, shut the fuck up. She's like screaming, like, oh fuck.
And she's still just
It's just a little blood. Like, come on, lady.
stabbing away, stabby
Yeah,
stab.
she just got cut in half. It's no big deal.
She gives a Sharon the 1-2, and I believe the sword gets damaged in that,
Yes, yes, it does.
which is pretty important.
Yeah.
Sharon starts mutating. She's going to show her true form at this point because I believe that's how they heal.
Yes, it's actually Karen, not Sharon.
Now she's Karen.
That's right. She's like, I want to talk to the manager of this bullshit hospital.
Or like I had today, you can't do a U-turn there or have music that loud in my neighborhood. I'm like, what? And I turn my music up.
I can't hear you over the techno that you hate.
I was listening to Dragonette of like this is the tamest music ever. A song about saying hello. It's like a Beatles song. Dragonette. Anyhow, she grabs that woman and says, "Shut up," because she's like crying for, And then we get this lovely scene here where we see her friends
Yeah, the blonde chick in the bed
turning into the
turns back into
Triceratops.
her.
Triceratops. That
Turns back into a dinosaur, yeah.
Chiroptera.
Chiropter.
Chiroptera.
Chiropterosaurus.
That is so. This I took a picture of this scene
That
because
gentleman there,
this
the
reminded me of
bartender.
your yes, it reminded me of your current living situation. Just
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we're far enough removed from the situation, but that whole thing,
gotcha.
well, pretty sure one of my roommates might be like a cross dresser. I'm not sure. But
Say it louder.
if you want to hear the story,
Subscribe. It'll be on
if we
Patreon.
get 3 subscribers before the next show,
It'll be
I
on
will tell the
Patreon.
full
Check it
tale.
out. Yeah. We do have a Patreon, guys. Check it out.
And no, I did not hit that. And no, I would not hit that. I'm sorry.
So, well, cross-dresser doesn't necessarily mean gay, though. I mean, I've watched no episodes of any of those. I don't.
Oh, that Drag Race?
Yeah,
RuPaul's
like
Drag Race?
I was gonna try to fake it and be like, I've watched. And it's like, no, I've never seen a single one of them. But
I don't know.
I don't think that necessarily means that, though.
You're probably right. You're probably
Yeah.
right.
If you guys know, leave a comment and subscribe. Let us
Yeah, I
know.
mean, yeah, if
Educate us. I'm just a snowboarder, man.
I'm
Okay.
I'm just a
What do
day
I know?
trader who just,
Yeah, we're tolerant of everybody, man. We don't care. Whatever. But if you're a crossdresser, hit subscribe and make sure to donate to our Patreon. We love you. Moving on. So we see our friend here
our
go in the
pal.
back and start pouring pouring one for his homie. Pouring one for,
Was that
pouring
what he
one
was
down.
doing?
That's what I thought. Pouring one on the curb for the homie.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a vampire because you're watching him. You're like, whoa, like that's the look he had on his face the whole time. You're like, okay,
So I just want to full screen this for a second and ask you, like, do you ever feel like you're gonna wake up and that's what you're gonna be looking at, or
what? Like, hopefully not in the mirror.
no? I mean, like above your bed. That's what you like. The very
No,
angry
God no.
roommate with that look on
Oh
his,
no, no,
his
no, no,
face.
God no.
Yeah, just like got a bottle of sake and a lighter, and like you've made fun of me for the last time. Sorry. Oh, I laugh like such a cock.
Ah!
So our good pal that we support turns into a Chiroptosaurus.
Yes, yes. A Chiroptosaurus. A
Chiroptera.
Dragosaurus.
It's so I've never had seen that word before in my life until today. So give me a
Man,
break.
the art though.
I
Just
know.
so
Like
great.
this alone's a T-shirt too. Well, like I'd lighten it up a little
The
bit.
whole movie is too. You could take
Yeah. Any scene,
any
T-shirt.
frame from this movie and like put it on a t-shirt and
It's
you'd
like
go to a club and the woman would be like, I am gonna have sex with that man right there because that t-shirt is dope as fuck.
yeah, all kinds of women. like our friend here. Moving along.
Not for
So,
sale. You'd think these are like sacred swords of Shinomitsu or
uh,
something.
hey, don't spoil it too much. So, Saya breaks in there to that pawn shop. That's why I had those pictures earlier. Gets those swords. She's like, I
Because
need
hers
that.
is broken.
I love this scene, by the way. This cracked me right up. Where the nurse goes up to the vampire, he's like, ah, and she's like, have you seen Sharon Todd? He's like,
Yeah, because she's looking for this vampire.
it was funny. Just his reaction, he's like, no, maybe she's by the bleachers, or something like that. It's just so like deadpan. I'm like, God, that cracked me up. Like it actually did. It's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you almost for one, yeah, maybe it's we're looking for vampires, right? So that was good. Um, now we see Sharon. She's at the dance. She doesn't have a date quite yet.
She follows the trail of blood
Yes, the nurse is
through the
just
dance hall with all the people dancing.
she's like hallucinating or something. Like it gets blurry.
She's in
She's like,
shock, man. Like,
is that what that is? Oh, okay.
well, she just saw somebody get cut in half.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Go along.
I mean, she's
So
a pussy.
we
That's her
she's,
problem.
she's You mean she has a vagina and
No. Nothing to do with that. No, man.
she's weak? There's a
She's
she's just
weak. Yeah, weak. She's
she's
weak.
weak. That's right.
She's a peasant.
So we come across Sharon. She has her party dress on. She's looking good, looking hot, and Saya goes like, just comes out of nowhere. That's it. But the sword was a fake. It breaks.
Wah, wah,
I
wah.
actually, dude, I love that part of that. That's so
Do, do,
great.
do, do, do.
She's like, a fake. It's a fake. She's so mad. And
She must have ordered that sword off Wish.
I ordered a tablet off Wish, and it was not worth it. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
This is a piece of junk. I'm like, Android tablet for $30. It's got
What were you thinking you'd get?
well, they advertised 8-core processor, 8 gigs is all a lie. The thing,
Yeah, and you open the box, it's a Tamagotchi. You're like, what?
it was literally a tablet from like 2011. I'm like, this thing sucks.
They had tablets in 2011? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I had a Nexus 7 back then. I still have it. It's like right over there. Anyhow, Sharon takes her prom date, which happens to be the nurse. Let's go. Let's go dancing. She's under the hood there with her, having fun. Um, Saya's just, it's battle mode. Like, these are just battle scenes. It keeps going. Here's our friend from the bar being shot at by David, or as you like to say, James Caan. He's trying to get a hold of Saya because he has a proper sword. He can't stop these things. He's trying. I believe she.
Why didn't you just take a swipe?
I don't know. Let's go on. Oh, right. Okay. Right.
Oh,
So this scene, yeah,
I thought he was a vampire at first.
exactly. She
They
comes out
do
of the
that on
corner.
purpose.
Yeah, of
Awesome.
course. Comes out of the corner. She's like, ah, just screams, and he's like, what's wrong? You shouldn't
What's your
be here.
problem, lady?
Get back to the dance, little lady.
Yeah, and she's like, kid turned into a monster and attacked me. He's like, you're so stupid.
He's like, Halloween's a fun time.
Yeah. Get out of here, you dumb bitch.
Jeez, dude, hold back a bit.
Sorry. That was the reaction she got. I'm just saying.
Boozer. That's what happens. But yeah, he gets his comeuppance for not believing.
Yeah.
You didn't want to believe.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't believe women. Vampires grab you from a tree, tear you to pieces.
That's right. Equality. This is
That's
how
right.
we achieve it. With
He's like,
vampires.
Look at that. Like that's
I'm gonna
so
put his face on and use it as a mask.
it's like you said, every scene. Look at this. There's a T-shirt too. That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
That's a wicked poster, dude. Right?
He's just like, ah, oh my god. Old scally face.
Old scally face.
Scally face to the rescue.
Yeah. She picks up a shovel. They're in a like a vehicle warehouse repair shop for the army. I'm telling
Can't
you,
dig a
man.
hole big enough for to bury her hard feelings.
I tell you, dude, that
Oh,
chug,
scally face.
chugging that first drink really gets the old. Whew. Anyhow, yeah, she's looking for a weapon. She picks up a
I'll be
shovel,
back.
and we see our protagonist, maybe the protagonist, I don't know, praying to Jesus for help. Help me, Jesus. Let's get into the chat until our good old friend Roy comes back. So, first message from James. I don't know what that means. Thank you. Second message from James. Kaplow. Thank you. I appreciate that one too. And we have a final and third from James once again, friend of the channel. Good old James. Kapla.
Kapla!
Thank you, James.
Success.
We appreciate the feedback as always. And we want to get you on here as a guest. Like, get that cloud lifter for your mic already. Come on, buddy. Get
Yeah,
going.
buddy.
So, let's try not to eat into your microphone and little more professional here, bro. So she's praying to Jesus. God help me. Saya slaps that right out of her hand, like, how dare you? Thing goes flying across the room. She picks it back up, like, no, only God can save me. Sure. At this point, she's like, give me that gun. Haphazardly shooting everywhere. She actually ends up blowing up a Jeep and burning the vampire. Or the Triceratops. Just another...
Triloptosaurus.
Yeah, the Triceratops. And we get Saya, once again, trying to get out. She's trying to open the door at that
Used
point.
him as a doorstop.
Yeah. Well,
I don't remember the part where they...
Well, you don't see it, but that is the guard that she punched out in order to get into the building. He's been
Right. Okay.
That's why she can't open the door.
The American.
Filthy Americans taking over Japan. So, just kidding. Red, white, and blue. Da, da, da. I don't know, man. So, yeah, Saya's still out there fighting with a shovel. This chick's gonna blow her self-delete. Things are dire at this point. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Pretty dire
Like-
if you're thinking about, you know...
Yeah. Like, oh, this ain't working out too well. Like, this whole scene's intense. I know we're making fun, but finally she has a, like, why don't I just get in this Jeep and drive it through the, well, no kid. I was thinking that the whole time. So she smashes through the door. They leave her there. Saya gets a sword from David, slices that thing in two. Good night, Sharon.
That was Karen.
Good night,
Sharon
Karen.
is dead.
I should have used this as the thumbnail as well, but whatever. Like,
There's so many choices. The art in this is so awesome.
yeah, she's got cum in her eye. Sorry, I mean blood. Jesus Christ.
Hey, let's keep this professional, mister.
That's it. Channel's canceled. Sure. But that was a slip. Freudian slip. Moving along. We see the Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Stop it. Well, what is it again?
Triglycerides.
Chiroptera.
No, that's a
Chiroptera.
pterodactyl.
Stop. can't take it. The Chiroptera grows wings and flies away, and they gotta chase it down. So that this thing goes to the airfield. I don't know why it's doing that. It makes no sense to me, but
Yeah, like why would you hitch a ride on a plane if you can already fly?
hmm
Like I can fly anywhere I want. I'm gonna hitch a
we
ride.
get
It's like a
Saya.
bat.
She like ties her arm to the jeep. She's
Oh,
got the
scally
sword out,
face! Here she fucking comes.
and she gives that thing a slice.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing? You
James
can't
Caan
leave."
is just like, you're just gonna sit there with that stupid look on your face.
Okay, if you're casting this as a movie, who would you have as Saya? Like,
Math.
what
Oh,
actress?
Saya?
Yeah, he's James Caan,
Oh
obviously, but who would you
man,
have play her?
I'm
I,
old. She
I
reminds me of a young Angelina Jolie.
oh, dude, she's too tall though. But yeah, I could see that.
Nowadays,
Uh,
I don't know. What do you think?
Kelly Marie Tran,
Okay, I know who would play
Rose
that guy
Tico.
though in the background though.
I'm just kidding.
Totally
Uh,
Matthew McConaughey.
oh, dude, for sure, for sure. But
Yeah.
is Saya Japanese? I don't think so.
No,
So
I don't think she
okay,
is.
sorry, Kelly Marie Tran. You're left with Star Wars and
Because,
meme
well, we'll
videos.
explain like because she's in the Victorian wear in that
Stop, stop.
last.
No, we're getting there.
Mhm.
So who would play her? I mean, Ariana Grande? Nah,
Can she even act?
I don't know. Well, she's on the Disney
Well, all
Channel
she's got to
all
do
year.
is scowl and hit things, really.
I don't think she has the like the facial like the lips or the no, not her.
I could play her. I'm like,
No, there you go, Scowl. Well, why not? I mean, that'd be socially acceptable as long as you identify that way. Uh,
yeah, hey. If
hey,
it lowers my insurance rates, I'm totally identifying as whatever lowers my insurance rates.
you can be anything.
Yeah.
So we see Saya with her hand cut. She's
Why does she do that?
I thought she's
She
trying to heal
revives
it. Or,
him, yeah, and then she's like looking down at him like, which vampire was that? Was that the?
that was your roommate. So
Oh yeah, okay. So
right,
maybe she knew him
maybe
from
right.
like the old times, the
Maybe
old
she's the one
days.
that turned. Who knows,
Turned
right?
him? Who? Yeah, I don't know.
Is that the terminal? That's the terminology in
Yeah, yeah,
vampires, right?
yeah, yeah. Totally.
Okay, yeah. Like I just don't want to be crossing those lines too much here,
Just play
pissing me off.
Vampire the Masquerade. You'll be a vampire expert. Once if you can sit through that game, it's a little bit dated now, but
Now I don't know if you know much about classical paintings, but
no.
there's actually a painting of a female saint that is identical to this. So I thought it was
Really? Yeah,
that.
this film is art. This whole thing is art.
Yeah,
It's
like
beautiful.
everything. It looks like it's a lot of watercolor with CG at the same
Yeah.
time. Like it's oh
Yeah.
my god, like it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is going to be printed out on the industrial printer that's right over there, and make it a nice wide, probably I don't even know, 20 inches by
And that's the
whatever.
first time she doesn't have a stupid, grumpy scowl
Yeah.
on her
She
face.
has compassion because well, those are technically her people, right?
Yeah.
So she's hunting down her own. God, yeah, there's layers of depth here, you know.
So much. Is there a sequel?
There it spawned three novels, two TV shows which are kind of loosely
Probably
based on it.
garbage.
They're not that great. I watched them.
Yeah.
There's a video game though that explains a little bit more on PlayStation
Okay.
2, which I do have. It's
Okay.
actually one of the first games I got for that system. I got into the system late, so
Yeah.
so we see this recording going on. They're interviewing the nurse. They're basically just like
So
forget
sublime. This movie, it just like
forget everything
segues
you
right
heard.
into that.
Forget everything you heard. You know, What are you talking about? None of that happened. And this is what they're like, but is this the person you saw? I mean, we go in just a little bit there, but yeah, it circles are out there. There's
Pretty
there's someone.
ambiguous of them to just like, yeah, here's a picture from like 100 years ago. Well,
1892,
well, it's
right?
1966, so a little
Let's
bit
do the
more.
math.
70, I don't know, 70. I don't know. What's
Uh,
66 plus 8? 74? So 74 years. She still looks like that? Something wrong.
Moving along. That's the last thing we see. She's a young Victorian,
Scowling.
young Victorian woman who something happened, but she became a vampire. And with that, we are done.
They kind of
That
threw her a bone there, don't you think? Kind of explaining it.
no, I
You
I
know,
like
like,
that.
yeah, no, it was like this subtle little thing. It's like, no, you're not crazy.
Hmm.
That chick was a vampire. All that shit's real.
Yeah, like they're
You're not going crazy.
you're
Like
not
they
insane,
threw her a
but
bone. They did her
you're
a
not
solid.
crazy, but forget everything you just saw and
Yeah,
never talk about it.
yeah. Hey man,
Go
it's all
back to your
good.
go back to your crappy job, lady. And with that, our slide show is over, and let's get into it. So, Lobobius, Roy Lewis, Snicko, my friend, would you recommend this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you watch it again?
The recommendation, I'd recommend it for anyone. I thought this was a great movie.
Hmm.
Whether you're
But
an
would you?
anime fan or whether you're not an anime fan, this
Right.
this bridges the gap for sure. It's a great movie. Would I watch it again? I want to watch it after this stream is over.
It's one of those ones you want to check out more than once.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And as like myself, I know you're a horror fan, so I really thought you would connect with this one for sure.
No, I did. I loved it.
This is one of the best of the best as far as I'm concerned. And if you were the director, what would you have done differently? That's a hard one.
Nothing. Nothing.
All right, my friend.
There's nothing I could think for hours,
Mm-hmm.
days, and I couldn't improve on this. It was great. I loved it.
And guys, expect a Stairmasters video where we talk about this a little more in depth. Just saying, it'll be coming soon, right, Roy?
Yeah,
If
totally.
he'll if he wears a microphone. Anyhow, how many stairs are you going to give this out of 200, my friend?
Oh man, what did I give Akira? Because I feel like this is better than Akira.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. So Akira plus one. I think I gave Kira like 189 or something like that.
So let's just say
190.
190.
Yeah,
190, yeah, for sure. Nice.
190. This is what this. Um, I mean, I'm waiting for it to set in because I just finished watching it about an hour before this stream started. But sometimes it takes movies a little while to marinate on your palate.
Well,
But
that's why we do the streams this way, and then we'll talk about it later on.
yeah, I was at the edge of my seat the whole like the most for most of this movie. I was at the edge of my seat. Um, I didn't feel like the characters lacked any depth. I felt like the story was strong enough that we didn't have to like delve into the characters
Yeah.
any like at all. The story itself, the art was just beautiful. Oh, it was like a painting. Like you remember like the old Spider-Man backgrounds that were just like they just got some watercolor paintings wet and it was just like dribbling and shit and you're just like wow man that's trippy. It had a little bit of that in it,
Hmm.
like you said, the watercolor. I definitely picked up on that, but just the art, oh, it was beautiful. I loved it. Yeah, this movie just like 5 out of 5. You know, if you're
Oh,
breaking it down into the 200ths, yeah, like I can't give it a perfect score, but I'd give it a 5 out of 5 if we were giving it stars.
nice. All right. And on to myself. Would I recommend it? Obviously. Recommend it to my friends. We're gonna. That's why we're doing this. Would I watch it again? I absolutely have to now. I can't believe I waited this long to watch that again. That was dumb. Um, if I was directing it, what would I do differently? Absolutely nothing. I just leave it the way it is. As far as stairs go, guys, I'm giving this a 195. This is nearly perfect. So that's all I can say about it. And we didn't want to go too in depth tonight. It's absolutely perfect, guys. Check it out. Blood the Last Vampire, year 2000. One of the best animes I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely love it. And with that, let's leave it there. Just want to let you know you can't break that human spirit, and I do love you all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.